I've got a riddle for you. What's delicate, rich, and admired all over the world? No, it's not a member of the royal family. It's a well-made custard. A custard is a tender gel made from a combination of eggs and dairy. Custards form as their liquid is captured in the mesh of coagulated protein molecules. They can be sweet and decadent or savory and straightforward. Most custards can be sorted into one of two categories. Stirred custards are cooked over low heat while being stirred constantly. They should be smooth and silky, with no curdling, the lumps that form as a result of overcooking. Examples include lemon curd, pastry cream, and old-fashioned pudding. Baked custards, such as creme brulee, pumpkin pie, and quiche, are cooked in the oven. They should be tender, moist, and free from cracks. You've already learned that cooking eggs too long or at too high a temperature causes the protein to squeeze out liquid, so you can understand why making custards is a delicate process. If we want the protein molecules to trap the liquid, we'll have to coax the members of the coagulation club into bonding, but not too tightly. Using low heat and changing temperatures slowly are the keys to a good outcome. Many custard recipes use one or more of the following strategies. Tempering. Before adding eggs to a hot liquid, small amounts of the liquid are blended in with the eggs to gradually raise their temperature. Adding eggs to a hot substance without tempering can result in scrambled eggs. Double boiler. A bowl or special pan insert sits on top of a pot of simmering water. The ingredients in the top vessel are gently cooked by the steam rising from the lower pot. Water bath. A heat-proof dish of food is set directly into a larger, shallow container of hot water and baked in the oven. A slow oven or a moderately slow oven, no higher than 350 degrees. Because texture is important in certain custards, they're sometimes strained through a sieve at some point in the cooking process. This removes the stringy calaze, along with any bits of curdled egg that may have formed. Now it's time for a modeling activity. You'll need 12 wiki sticks, a wooden skewer, and 10 to 15 glass gem floral fillers or vitamin E capsules. Repeat the denaturation and coagulation simulation from Lesson 2, but this time nestle gems or capsules into the open spaces to demonstrate liquids being trapped within the protein mesh. Now let's put this knowledge to use by preparing a ham and cheese quiche. Quiche is usually baked in a pie shell, but since we haven't covered pastry yet, we're going to make a crustless version. This recipe calls for shredded cheese, so let's talk about pre-shredded versus freshly shredded cheese. There is a quality difference. Pre-shredded cheese is coated with anti-caking agents such as potato starch and powdered cellulose. This keeps the strands from clumping together in the bag, but it also keeps them from melting together nicely during cooking. It gives the shreds a drier texture when served cold. And although the proportion of coating to cheese is minuscule, I believe it creates a barrier to flavor. But for most of us, There are times in life when speed and convenience trump quality. If you choose to use pre-shredded, just keep in mind that your dish may not be as good as it could be, and don't worry about it. If you've got the time to shred on demand, you should do so, especially since the cost savings really add up. A sharp box grater makes the job quick and easy, but be sure to keep your fingers out of the way. Let's take a quick look at some of the other prep work. Dicing ham is so easy. It just lays there nice and flat. It never tries to roll off the cutting board or slip out of your hand. Slice the ham in one direction, then turn it 90 degrees and cut the slices into little cubes. Green onions can be a little more pesky. They love to roll off the board. If you feel a slippery membrane on the root end, rub it off and throw it away before you begin chopping so you can keep a firm grip. Then take your time and make sure your knife and fingers are exactly where they need to be before you begin each cut. Here's the equipment you'll need for this recipe: a cutting board, a knife, a cheese grater, a pie plate, measuring cups, a medium mixing bowl, measuring spoons, a wire whisk, and a digital instant read thermometer, which is optional. Your ingredients are 1/2 tablespoon of butter, 1/4 cup of finely grated Parmesan cheese. This is mostly for texture, so the stuff in the green canister is fine. 1 cup of diced ham, 1 cup plus 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, 3 tablespoons of chopped green onions, 6 eggs, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 3/4 of a cup of half and half. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Rub the butter in the pie plate to coat it thoroughly. Be patient and let the warmth of your fingers gradually melt it. Pour the Parmesan cheese into the pie plate. Tilt the plate slightly while rotating it and tapping it on the counter to spread the cheese around. You may need to do a little light spreading with your fingers to get complete coverage. Cover the bottom of the pie plate with the ham. Sprinkle in 1 cup of the cheese. Then add the green onions. Whisk the eggs in the mixing bowl until they are solid colored throughout. Add the salt and half, then whisk until everything is combined thoroughly. Pour the egg mixture over the fillings in the pie plate. Top with the remaining 1/2 cup of cheese. Bake about 40 minutes until the center no longer jiggles, or to an internal temperature of 165 to 175 degrees. Let the quiche rest for at least 10 minutes before serving. Some people prefer their quiche barely warm or at room temperature. This is up to you. Serve and complete the sensory evaluation. So, was your quiche delicate, rich, and worthy of admiration? If so, you know that there's no riddle involved in creating a good custard. It's just a matter of sound science and solid cooking techniques.